Welcome Raptors, this is Binarai here for another Raptoreum AMA on the 24th of November 2024. Make sure you share the stream. Nice to see Stream Party Chat active today. Big thanks to Sherman for Wiser. Good to see Rude in the chat. What's up, Sub-Zero? This is the official Raptoreum YouTube channel. Please share the stream. We usually do a bit of rain in the Stream Party Chat. That's at our Discord. The link's at the top right of the stream. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. Make sure you're following us at X. That's at Raptoreum. Also on Instagram and Threads. Also on TikTok, that's at official Raptoreum. Just about another 10 minutes and we'll get started. Hello, community. Thanks for waiting. My name's Paul Mills from Raptoreum Core, and here we have a very cleavage. You showed a bit of cleavage today, aren't you, Hunter? I've just noticed.
It's a sensual Sunday.
Well,
Okay, I'll button it up.
Here we have a
mean,
very
you never know who's
cleavage
watching.
Hunter, who is the head of production for Raptoreum. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. And we are here for an AMA, and we sent out an anonymous form to the community. And the community sent, I don't know, around 25, 30 questions to us. And we'll do our best to go through these questions right now and to answer them in as much depth as we can answer them. There is no...
22.
What's that, sorry?
22 questions.
Oh, we got
22 questions.
Okay, 22.
For those counting.
If there is more questions that come through, we will answer those as well. We usually do a little bit of rain after the stream in the stream party chat. So if you're not already in there, the link is at the top right of the stream. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. I haven't actually said hi to anyone on the stream, on the YouTube stream. So let's have a look who's on there. We've got Dan Bulmer. I don't think I've seen Dan Bulmer on there before. Oh. Hello, Dan. Thanks for tuning in, brother. We have the usuals. We've got Rude Puds, Fudweiser, Toy.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, is he in there?
Yeah, he's there. He's listed somewhere.
We've got Dwight as well. He's just said the usual. And it's pointless going through the stream party chat in the Discord because Sherm and Fudweiser have just lit a fire under that. So it's just, there's that many comments and things. It's just insane. So, yeah. Okay. The
memes, oh, God. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Paul.
What's that? What?
My cleavage is going to live on forever now.
Well, I'm just pointing out what I see, say what I see, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
No problem.
Anyway, moving right along.
Make sure you get that out for your dance videos that you're going to be doing soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Never.
Let's have a look at these questions then, see what we've got come in. Okay. All right, we don't know who sent these questions. They're totally anonymous. So we're just going to do our best. Hunter, you think you can chime in, please do.
Sure.
We were going to have Mancini on here, but he's just told me last minute that he's not going to come on because he's got a bit of a cough, so he's not coming on.
I know how that feels.
I do want to ask before I start, can I have permission next week to go out with some friends and watch a band on the Sunday instead of coming here? Maybe I could do a weekly update on a different day. I just I want to go out for a bit of a Christmas party with my friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why not?
So we're going to go over to London and watch a band if I'm allowed. All right.
You're blessed. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay. First question. Are you planning to regularly share updates about the progress of smart contract development? Not until we've made enough progress on transaction decoupling, which is the next thing on the development menu, because, you know, we wanted to get transaction decoupling out there first before we get our contracting layer out, because if we did it the other way around, that would mess everything up with transaction decoupling, because if we it'd mess everything up with the smart contracts, because the chain would be working differently to what it is now, and the contracts would be reading the chain in the way it was before. So we don't want any conflicts in that regard. So we are doing transaction decoupling first, and then we're doing smart contracts. But when that happens, you will see updates. We'll provide, you'll get your development updates in the GitHub channel, and you will also get the updates as we usually put out on the weekly update to let you know how all of that's going. Next question is, are you planning to set specific dates in the roadmap? We never set dates. The reason being is because if you're creating brand new things, you can't really put a date on it. It's done when it's done. It's basically a date that's meant to be broken. So for example, if we were just going to be forking another EVM chain with assets and smart contracts on it, we could put a date on that, because that's someone else's work that they've done, and we can say, well, we can fork that and have that running in a couple of days. You know what I mean? So that's something that could have a date on it, but our developers are building brand new things. I mean, we built futures that's not on any other chain. We've just released assets in a way that other chains haven't done it, with the layered assets, and the same with our transaction decoupling that's coming up, and our smart contract layer. It's brand new stuff, so it's hard to put a date on it. We could probably put a year on it if that would help. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say on that, Hunter?
No, it's so true that what's being done is new. How you can't do it. You can set goals, but what if you decide you're going to do something even better as you're in the midst of something? You see, oh, you know what, we can make this even better. And then what? You're constantly explaining what's going on. And you're setting expectations that you're better off just sticking to what you're doing, and when it comes, it comes. Assets took a long time.
They did.
But there's a pandemic involved. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it finally got done. And you've got to have understanding that when you are doing something that no one else has ever done. I mean, there are a lot of examples in history. Did Steve Jobs have a for the first computer, first PC? I forget what he called it, but anyway, it's hard when you look at he looked at Woz and went, oh, we need it done by Friday. Woz is looking at him like a 3-month Bullwinkle. That ain't happening. So you're looking at a known and kind of a known unknown situation, and then you have the unknown unknowns that pop up while you're in the midst of development. It's not all known knowns like you would if you had, like you said, an EVM chain. You're just going to fork it. Okay, that's a known known. That's easy.
Budweiser's just said, I only have 2 decades left.
Dude, catch up. I'm 65 next month. Come on.
All right. I mean, let's be realistic. We all would like things faster, and we would like things now, you know what I mean? And it's just not feasible. Let's be realistic. Let's be sensible about it. And let's release things that are solid in code, tried and tested by us, by the community. So we know that it's a solid product at the end of it. So
if you, and there's a good reason for that. If you saw today's blog post and what Raptoreum's capable of long term, their entire recording industry could be running on Raptoreum, but it had better work. They're not going to invest, they're not going to invest the time or money and in something that's sort of certain motor vehicle departments are doing that right now, but we won't name any names at the moment, although we already have. The point is that when you're doing something new, you're doing something radically different and disrupting so many different industries. Recording is just one. Oof. You got to make sure it's right. And it's worth the wait. It's worth the time. It's worth the investment. So yeah, if you haven't read that blog post, you should. And if you know any musicians, share that blog post, because that's going to be important for them. And the more they start talking about it with ASCAP and the Recording Academy and other BMI over in UK, that's great. That's great. There you go.
Rude Ruggs is asking, when Raptoreum OnlyFans? I mean,
Go ahead. Yeah, after you.
if you build it, do it.
They will
that's
come.
when it'll happen. They will come. Build it, do it. But we're not going to build Raptoreum OnlyFans.
No,
David was talking about doing some only feet thing or something, but I think he was just joking.
I think he was just joking.
Yeah, let's not forget he'd had various operations done on his 1 foot after he stepped in a drain to go and fetch a ball. So yeah.
There was karma in that somewhere.
So I don't think David's still going to be doing only feet. Well, his own feet.
No.
All right. Next question is the Asset Explorer needs improvements, including creating a thumbnail cache for images and a dedicated asset page with a URL. I mean, if you actually saw what the asset page looked like originally to what it does now, you would see that there are constant improvements being made on the asset page by Charlie. I agree, it needs improvements. And, they are coming. Charlie knows what's up. And he fixes it and he builds it better in his own time. And that's the best we can do. If we know what people are looking for, which we've already been asking to get to where we are, then we can make things better. We've got a small list of other improvements that we'd like to make to the Asset Explorer, and one of those is full integration with the Standard Explorer, because let's face it, everything in one place is much more easier than jumping fences to get things done on different parts of the network. So yeah, we know we are constantly working on making it better, and for a thriving ecosystem, everything needs to be working smoothly, and it has to be all in one place. Next question is, what are your plans to make Raptoreum more attractive for developers and users? I think the plans are what have never changed, basically, and that is bringing a full circle of an ecosystem that we all dream of as a team and as a community. There are pieces to that puzzle, including Talon Wallet, with the external team building that, and we demonstrated the other day how InstaSend on the Raptoreum network, working with Talon Wallet, can provide instant gratification. These sorts of things are what can bring people to the project, because they realize that there's simply no other competition out there, and they need it in their hands. And so this is going to both satisfy developers, and it's going to both satisfy the end user, along with Marketplace. As I've mentioned, InstaSend that we've just turned on. We had a meeting about that, so that was something that was needed to build our ecosystem better and to compete with other chains. Assets on Stacy is something else that is something we need to tick off our list, which Tree's currently working on. And what else is there? Smart contracts, scaling solution, transaction decoupling, all these things are going to allow people to be in a position to make money on chain, and that's what attracts people to a project. You can do as much marketing as you want about the potential of something, which is what we've been doing for the last 3 years, right? But it's a lot easier to bring people a product that is fully circulating and working, and saying, all right, come and use it, it's cool. So that's where we're aiming for, and that's what we're building, and that's what's important in this regard. So, for example, if I was to grab $10,000 of my own money right now and put it into marketing, which I have been doing, and then spend $10,000 on marketing when the full ecosystem is out and people can use it, it goes a lot further, and people are more, receptive to the marketing and to the push that happens during that time, because they can come here and then they can use the cool things that have been built and think, oh, all right, okay, I'm going to build this now, and I'm going to tell my friends about it. So that's the point where we're trying to get to. That is opportunity and allowing people to earn money on the chain. Not financial advice, do your own research, but that's what's going to attract people. Also, the road to exchanges, which is a road that we've been walking on for a while now, that is in progress, and we are getting there. We're only a small project, but we're saving up internally to get onto those exchanges. And another thing as well is we are working closely with our new partners that we gained from Token 2049, and these partners are bringing us new opportunities on the horizon for Raptoreum. And that's going to also bring new users to the chain and new development angles from a user standpoint as well, because of the things that they will be bringing. That's all I'm saying on that. Okay. Next question is, why does the team focus more on secondary topics rather than key achievements or project progress? Do you plan to change your communication style? I mean, I don't think we do. I think I disagree with that, because we are focused on what we're building, and we are building it, and we update people every single week right here. We're not exactly, a dead brick. We are keeping people updated constantly. And in terms of key achievements, we are also working on something called a flight path with Jamadis from Raptoreum Germany, and that is to be added to the website, and that will actually highlight everything that we have done, because I understand that there's people out there that actually have probably forgotten what we've done, and the road to where we've got to now. So that is something important, and that is something that's going to be added.
A lot of new people to the chain, a lot of new people to the project. They joined within the last year or so, even the last few months, after they heard about assets. So they don't really see the vapor trail that's gone on and everything that went into it. So, and I've only been here since November 2021, and this started in 2018. Am I right? It's 2018.
Yeah, we started we started developing it in 2018. I think it was March when we started. But yeah, it was almost 3 years, because we released on it was February 21, so it was almost 3 years of development of testnet.
Yeah, and they don't know that history. Starting out with
It's a
an
long
offshoot of
time.
Ravencoin. Yeah, starting out with, hey, let's use Ravencoin, and then saying, we don't like this. And I'm paraphrasing. A whole lot went into that. So, and we've talked about that before too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Next one is, how do you plan to increase community trust? Are you willing to provide more detailed reports on your actions and outcomes? I think that's another one I disagree with. I mean, we provide weekly work reports on Livestream and, monthly AMAs just like these, because we want to keep you updated with things that we're doing. We're not like we're not a brick wall. We are active, and we provide constant updates, and we have done now for a long time. That I can't remember the amount of video content that we've put out on our updates. It's quite substantial now. So yeah, we do push this out. I mean, fair enough. We probably don't push it out in a way where you could just sit there and read it. So that's probably something that we can do. But other than that, we do constant updates with everything that we're doing. We've got nothing to hide. Our hand of cards is always on the table for you all, and we are not working for you. We are working with you, and anyone in the community is welcome to work with us. It's just the simple fact that we are here every day doing it on our own backs. We're not doing it obviously because we're earning from it or anything like that. We're just doing it because we want to do it, and this is why we created the the ecosystem growth server, because there's people there that they're not holding their hands out. They're there to build with us, and there's people in there now that are building marketplaces and things like that. So it's really cool. And again, I'll reiterate, if you want to help us out and work with us and build something that you can be part of, that is a lot more different than what you see out there in the space and a lot more quicker, then we've got an excellent
Jump
team,
in.
and we'll work with most people. There's nothing special about me or Hunter or anyone on the team. We've just decided that this is what we want to do.
I would like to add one thing that I see coming, and that is there are companies that will be inquiring about things and are interested in things, and you're now dealing with companies that don't like telescoping what they're going to be doing. So there will be, and there are cases where either we're bound by gentlemen's agreements, so to speak, that we're not going to divulge their information. And just by the fact they're looking at Raptoreum could give a competitor a leg up. So we have to balance that. So, you're just going to have to understand that Raptoreum's changing. It's no longer just a coin. It's never been just a coin, but now the rubber's meeting the road. Assets are done, futures, transaction decoupling, smart contracts are coming. So we're going to be in a situation where some larger entities are going to be saying, hey, we love this, but you can't say a word. You can kind of say this, but you can't mention our name. So in advance, we apologize, we just want you to know what's coming. I'm not saying there is anyone right now really big that's saying that to us, but I've been in enough situations in my prior lives that will come, and especially something this big. The future is very bright, and hang on. There you go.
Oh, okay. Uh, Next one is, you mentioned collaborations, but can you name specific partners or projects with whom agreements are already in place? If not, at what stage are these negotiations? We're not going to name our agreements as of yet. And these negotiations, or a better word is talks, I suppose, because we're not negotiating anymore, have been going on since Token 2049. So roughly a couple of months now. It's pointless talking about them until we are more advanced with them, but it's getting to that stage now, and we're excited about it. So that's all we can say. We're not allowed to, as it goes on to what Hunter's just mentioned. We can't talk about some things until they're ripe to be. I just slipped off the corner of my chair. Until they're ripe to be spoken about.
The ink's dry, so to speak.
Sorry, I must have just caught your cleavage, mate. I was a bit shocked about that.
Oh, yeah, remember, I do the post on this. You're going to be green when I'm done with you. Remember.
When's the blooper reel going to be coming out?
Oh, I think it's going to be New Year's Eve.
Or is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's right, Falcon. Edge of my seat, mate. What's Soka saying? How about a Raptoreum Assets Portal? Yeah. How about it? Let's do it. You've got some brains, Soka. You can work with us and build that and work together. You built Ghost Rider Valley. When we're going to have assets on Ghost Rider Valley, by the way? That'd be nice. Okay. What is unique about the Raptoreum project that you believe should form the foundation of its success and set it apart from other blockchain projects? One of them, security. Me and Hunter have talked so much until we're blue in the face about Raptoreum security, protocol level assets, and all this, and why it matters in comparison to all these EVM chains which are full of exploits. So that's one thing. Speed is another thing. We've just turned on instant send, and this means that you'll have instant gratification for wallets that support it, such as the Talon wallet, and this is very important for DeFi environments, and instant gratification for the end user in comparison to any other chain out there. People are already saying, goodness me, it's faster than Casper, faster than Solana. So this is something else that matters, and something else you can shout to your friends about Raptoreum, and something you can look forward to when the Talon wallet is released, is the speed. And that includes the swaps, the tokens, and this and that, so. And another thing as well is Raptoreum is built for everyone and not for the few. From day one, we've made sure it was, a fully decentralized project. There's no centralization anywhere. There's no centralization in the node system like Ethereum's got, and the validators and things like on Solana. There's none of that. And if the whole network goes down except for a couple of computers, we're still operating. It's not an issue. So resilience as well, I think.
Big one.
Anything else you can think about, Hunter, about that one?
No, I think.
But yeah, the I think good mention Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was created so we didn't have ASICs or FPGAs on the network, or not initially anyway. And it's a lot more difficult to create those to actually mine Raptoreum on the network. So it's sort of an everyman's algorithm where you can get some coins using a CPU. It is also GPU mineable, but for efficiency and hash per watt, it's really not feasible. You might as well stick with the CPUs, namely AMD with the L3 cache, with a large L3 cache. So If Intel does release a CPU with a decent L3 cache, then by all means use that. Okay.
Yep. This one's in Spanish.
Oh, in Spanish. What does it
It's more of a
say?
suggestion than a question.
What does
It's it increased the TPS speed by dividing the reward to maintain the same inflation rate, and alternately divide the network power to solve parallel and random jobs as copper wires and a cable going in the same direction would also increase the resistance to 51%.
Okay, well, I think that's the same or a similar analogy to transaction decoupling. What you need to understand is we also have InstaSend. So, you know, we have a fast network already. And with transaction decoupling, it's just going to be on steroids. So you really don't need to worry about anything like that. But I understand what you're saying. And other networks such as Casper are actually doing something similar to what you say, where they're actually changing it to, well, there's a 1 second block, but the block is divided by 100 or something like that, to solve some issues that they've got on the network. But yeah, we're not doing that. We've got InstaSend on the network, and that with transaction decoupling, we're not going to have any issues in that regard. And we are extremely resistant to 51% attacks due to the way the network is deployed with the distributed smart node system and the binding side of it as well. Next question is, what is the team's plan to address the security threat posed by the rapid improvement? You wonder if you've seen that GIF in the chat. You've seen that GIF?
Oh God.
It looks like
Okay.
Budweiser's been busy.
Yes. Okay. FUD. Thank you for that.
Yeah, sorry,
Moving right
Hunter.
along.
So I do apologise. I didn't realise
Hey.
it would come to this.
I think David has a bigger grievance than you do. But anyway, moving right along.
All right, I'll start the question again. What is the team's plan to address the security threat posed by the rapid improvement in quantum computers? Can Raptoreum be upgraded to become quantum resistant? Well, you know, of course it can be upgraded. You know, in this scenario, if quantum computers got to that stage, nearly every cryptocurrency in the world would be at risk. And some of the largest UTXOs would also be at risk. One of the first foundations in the cryptocurrency space that would probably patch that would be Bitcoin. Now, funnily enough, we are a downstream fork of Bitcoin, so we can either code our own quantum resistance on the network, or we could just have some downstream code from what they've done to patch the quantum computer threat. So this is the magic of open source code.
I saw an article that I sent to David. It was about quantum computers getting better at cracking stuff. It was two particular algorithms. And he basically gave me a voicemail that said, well, those two have been cracked before under very specific circumstances. So the article is essentially kind of misleading in that sense. It's not as close as people think, although, you know, we do have our own in-house quantum experts, so, you know, we can always ask him. But anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean,
David wasn't that.
Dirty Miner mentioned talking about this not too long ago, if I remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was saying it's not a threat for any time soon. And he's written papers on quantum computing, which you can actually search for on the internet, because they are, you know, official published papers on the actual subject. And he's on team. So if he's not concerned about it, should we be concerned about it? But, you know, as I've said,
aware,
yeah,
just not concerned, I guess. That's a good way of saying it.
if there is a threat, then we can patch it. Absolutely. Okay. Hi, Raptoreum. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we're doing very well, thank you. Is there any news / progress about the final website? There's nothing yet. It's still in development. I think, you know, I agree with you. It's taking a long time, and it's something I would personally like to see finished sooner rather than later. Maybe we could do like a demo of it one of the days. There is a lot of work that's done on there. People haven't actually seen it yet. It is pretty epic. But, you know, yeah, totally agree.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
It just keeps coming in over the transom. There's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Just good.
I'll see what the team over there is doing. I agree. We need to get this new website out, don't we? It's taking far too long. It really is. We've been talking about this new website for what? 2 years now. You know, surely we could get something out. So, yeah, good question. I'll check on that. Hello, how does transaction decoupling dev is progressing? Okay, yeah, the devs are working on it, as I've mentioned previously on the stream. When we have a substantial update and a scenario where we can actually test some of those things as a community, then they'll be sent into the chat. I mean, they were actually working on this quite some time ago. Before we released assets, they'd already started on that. Next question is, do we know who is that one miner owning around 33% of the network hash rate? Can we fuck him? I mean, can we fuck him, Hunter?
I don't see how.
Well,
I mean, without creating all sorts of, I mean, you're opening up a rabbit hole there. In my opinion, you're opening up a rabbit hole.
I think the one thing that people seem to forget is there is no extra emission that goes out every day from the network. That is something that does not change. There's only a set amount, and it always decreases over time with our owlings and things like that, right? So all I can say to you is if we do, there is something that we can do on Ghost Rider where we change the rotations or the way the algorithm works. But all that means is maybe a couple of days out and they'll be back on the network mining the new rotations, which we all can do. You know, if you think the amount of power that's going into him mining these coins, there is, it's either a botnet or something like that, but he's clearly doing it because he believes in what we're building. I know that the miner has sold into Trade Ogre not too long ago. But that sale into Trade Ogre was heavily underpriced in comparison to what the mining would have cost, and he's not dumping every day or anything like that. He's actually holding what he's mining for the most part. So all I can say to you is you know, don't let that phase you. He hasn't got the world's mining power. You can still mine the network and gain some decent amount of coins. We've got a guy in the Telegram right now who's threw a lot of hash on the network, and he believes in what's being built. He's gaining a lot of coins as well. And if it was if the project was in a different stage in terms of hash rate, people would be saying, "Who's this guy?" but this is just a guy in Telegram with a high amount of hash rate and a lot of computational power. So, and it's legit. So rather than worrying what someone else is doing, you should be asking yourself, have you got enough coins? Not financial advice, do your own research. And if we were to sit in here policing the actual blockchain, policing the network, and that would be against the intrinsic rules of the Cypherpunk Manifesto and cryptocurrency as a whole. So we're not going to police the network and knock people off if we don't like something. Everyone has an opportunity to mine how they want to mine. I mean, for example, when we first started mainnet, there was people that were hijacking data centers to try and mine Raptoreum coin, and at that point in time, people were not fazed because people were still seeing value in the coins that they were holding. Now, when you get to the stage of where people are starting to doubt the value in the coins that they're holding, they start pointing fingers in other areas rather than looking at what they've already got and the potential in what they've got. And it's the same with anything. It's like my dad, when he's doing some DIY and he doesn't do it right, he starts blaming the tools and this and that. It's the same analogy, and all humans do that. So don't look at it in that regard. Do the opposite of what other people are doing. Put some more hash rate on the network. That guy's hash rate percentage of the network will lower down, and then people will have more faith in the project that they're mining. And some people don't even care, as I've just talked about. Some people don't even care. They're throwing stupid amounts of hash on the network because they're really interested on building assets and building dexes and things like that. They're trying to get as many coins as possible in order to facilitate something like that. So just see past it, guys. It's easy to get drawn in to the emotional thoughts in the chats amongst other community members. Those that can see past all of that, such as Falcon, such as Fudweiser, and such as Sherm and others like that, those are the people that can do well with something like this and understand what matters and understand that this is just something that, something that someone's done and they've managed to get X amount of hash rate, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Emission doesn't change.
I get the same amount. I've been getting the same amount for the last 6 months, basically. More or less. Hasn't really changed much. I don't see a huge swing, that's for sure. So.
Yeah. That's because probably a lot of people have run away. They've looked at the chat and thought, oh no, there's a man that's got all that hash rate and let's leave. And then the overall difficulty goes down a little bit. So you're probably still mining the same anyway, you know what I mean? Because everyone follows what everyone else does. They get worried when other people get worried, and they're happy.
Crowd.
Yeah, crowd mentality. They're happy when other people are happy. So just see it for what it is. Okay, next question is, looking at the listed price of RTM overall, it is currently down around 95%. Is this a concern to the team given all the effort you have put in? And what does this message send to potential investors or partners if this trend continues? Most other alts, brackets not all, are seeing their values start to go up, not down as alt season approaches. But RTM seems one of the ones to do the opposite. Why do you think this is? Okay, so nothing phases us as a team. We've mentioned many times we're not here focusing on price. We're focusing on tangible things that we are interested in building. Price is nothing to do with us. It's to do with how you perceive the value in a coin based on use case, based on marketing, based on how much money you can make from that. Not financial advice. Do your own research. So it hasn't phased us as a team. Now, in terms of an investor's point of view or a partner's point of view, partners and investors like to invest or partner with you when there's potential on the upside. They're not going to partner with you when you're dancing on the moon and there's not a lot in it for them. You know what I mean? So we haven't seen any issues in that regard, and quite the opposite actually. We've really struck a chord with quite a few people over the last couple of months. People that are not here focused on price. These are people who are multi-millionaires. They don't even care about what the price of something is. All they're interested in is what the potential is, and that's what we have focused on. That's what we've shown them. They know our knowledge. They know where we're headed, and they know where we've come from. And those things are what those type of people are looking for in a blockchain, and that's where opportunities rise from. So again, it comes to the same analogy of don't look behind you, look forward, because what's already happened doesn't matter. And are you sitting there just looking at the dollar value of something? Because I don't understand that, because blockchain is and was created to go against the whole of the dollar system, yet people sit here and still talk about the comparison to the dollar of something, which is stupid really. Yes, most people are fixated on money, and that's fine. People still need money in the real world to survive and things like that. But imagine if in 20 years' time you've got a huge Bitcoin reserve in the US, which they're already talking about, and along with other countries as well. And imagine if the dollar fails, and imagine if everything's paired with a Bitcoin, or if it's paired with some other type of cryptocurrency. This is entirely something that could happen. So I don't think people should fixate on what the comparative price is, when you should fixate on what the potential is in terms of a global effect that blockchain is having on the world. And that's where we are as a project. Any updates for that, Hunter?
No, I think just quickly, we also have two different mindsets on our servers. We have the miners, who are short-term focused because they have to pay power bills, etc. Understandable. And I mean, I mine just to get more Raptoreums, because I'm looking at the future. And so every time I look at my daily log, I envision that each Raptoreum I'm getting, that's $1. That's my mental kind of game that I play. And it keeps me from thinking short term or ultra short term, panicking, or listening to the crowd. Because fundamentally there's nothing that says panic. There's nothing in there, nothing in what we've done that says run. If anything, it's only gotten stronger over time. So if you're experienced and you're one of those, the people who buy nodes and see the value in nodes, they have a different mindset. So we're dealing with two different things. So you have to understand, when you go into a server, you're going to have someone who's a miner, mining oriented, income oriented right now. And then you have the people like me who are saying, doesn't matter to me. What I want is what I see in the long term. So if you're new to the server, you're new to Raptoreum, that's something to keep in mind. And also, again, the flight path is going to be great, so you can see the vapor trail, if you will, of where we've been. Because that's really important to understand the history of anything. And there you go. That's my thought.
Thanks, Hunter. Okay, next one is any updates from Tree on when assets will be on the Stacy wallet? Tree has spoken to us about this. He's going to carry on, well, not carry on. We're going to have some sort of update on that after Thanksgiving. When's Thanksgiving? That's what he said.
It's coming Thursday.
Thursday.
This coming Thursday, yeah.
So, I mean, if you remember, Tree did actually say to us, we should have some sort of update for the community in October. this was like almost a month ago now. So I was hoping that it would be sooner, but you know, it hasn't been. So this is again why it's bad to say a date on something like this. This is obviously not been done before. We've never had assets on Stacy before. Tree is working on it, and he wants to make sure it is solid in terms of code, because Stacy is one of the most used wallets probably on Discord. If you think all the servers that it's working on currently and all the different coins that it's supporting, it is a very used wallet, and Tree's done a brilliant job for it. So when you've got some sort of major change on that wallet, you want to make sure it's airtight.
Right.
So yeah, I am looking forward to it. It's one of the main things, other than obviously the completed ecosystem, but it's one of those main goalposts that I'm really looking forward to actually seeing in the chat, because it brings so many more people together, and it also encourages that asset creation, because if you can create assets quickly on the core wallet, deploy them to the Stacy wallet, you can send people an asset in response to something. You can start creating automations using various automation software on the Discord, which I'm looking forward to being able to code. It's I could talk about this all day, all the ideas that I've got for how I'm going to interact with Stacy Wallet in an automatic way. It's really exciting for me to think about, and this is why I really want it out, and why I keep nudging Tree. I've been tagging him so many times in the chat to try and get a response from him about Stacy Wallet assets. But yeah, that's what he's saying. So let's see. Okay, next one is for Hunter. Why do you think the influencer Hunter was talking about working with RTM has now seemingly disappeared? He seemed quite downbeat when he mentioned this on the last update stream. Before, he seemed quite bullish. Do you think this is a big blow to your plans moving forward? And do you think this person was really serious about working with RTM to begin with?
Well, let's start with, if you caught last week's stream, you probably saw me signing off about a half hour into the CryptoSmith stream. That's because the head cold that I caught was kicking in during the update, and boy, it laid me out. It was one of those roller coasters. Woke up Monday morning and I had an important call. That went well. That was like 11 o'clock. By 1:30, I was back down again. Tuesday, down. Wednesday, back up for a Raptor chain reaction taping. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was basically halfway there. But in regards to the influencer, I think what it was is a combination of what you sensed was me not feeling well. But also, I just wanted things to go faster. not only for me, but for the community. And you know what? It's a strong enough deal that I think down the road she's gonna see something and go, yeah, let's explore this more. So I haven't given up. It's just that there are other things that I can do in the meantime, including what, in the midst of feeling like crap, a brainstorm hit me, and that was the music IP stuff. And don't tell me there's another damn meme that's come up. You're smiling. Do I dare look?
No,
Okay, good.
there's no meme. The chat's safe at the moment, but I'm no
Okay.
doubt there's going to be more memes. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very bullish on the possibilities, and that's true. I'm very excited about it, which you could sense. But it's more a question of wanting to see it happen. And when it was sort of, they're taking their time, it's like it gets frustrating. And okay, fine. But meanwhile, you move on, and they're going to come back. In my mind, they're going to come back. They're going to come back and say, you know what you were talking about. Now it's clicking. And sometimes it just takes time for people to really understand and grasp things as they do more research, whatever. Fine, I'm good. I'm happy. When they come back, awesome idea. But it led to, I think I mentioned it on the stream, on the update stream, that one of her sponsors it's a big sponsor. And it just so happens that the owner of that sponsor of the company, I have two personal inroads through an old high school friend of mine who's a friend of the owner, and then a business connection here who's a friend of another owner. So, one door remains open, and then a whole nother one just opened up. So the enthusiasm there, I was just one of those days. So I apologize if I gave off the wrong signal. That wasn't my intent. And it certainly is not a big blow to any plans. If anything, it's opened up more doors, and it's created more possibilities in my head as I see things coming forward. Like when I saw, when we did the Raptor chain reaction on Wednesday, we taped that, recorded it, and that's on Brand Managers. If you haven't seen it, that's an episode to watch. I started thinking about IP and intellectual property and protecting it, and then also, how can we do something right now? What can we do right now with what we've got? Is there anything that we can do? And lo and behold, the music industry just happened to pop up on the radar screen. And sure enough, out pops this blog post that we pulled up this morning, and there's probably another one coming related to it. So, in terms of this person being serious about working with Raptoreum, yeah, I think so. But what we were presenting to her was basically going from being an Instagrammer to feature films. That's a big leap, and it was, the path is there. Big path, big. Make no small plans. They don't inspire people. And even if they only got halfway there, it still would have been tremendous. So it's to me, again, she's, I have a feeling she's going to see the light at some point. And it's certainly not if anything, it's only motivated me to seek out other influencers, which I've done. Not as much as I'd like to over the week, but, and then come up with ideas for them. So, there's a lot that can be done. Anyway, I hope that answers the question.
I think it shows that when Hunter's feeling a lot better, he's a lot more positive.
Yeah, well, yeah, I felt like crap. I was trying to put on the power face, that, I was almost thinking this should have been filled with a Raptor teeny, man. It really would have been rocket fuel, but could have got me through, but I would have felt like hell the next day. Oh my God. But,
yeah. All right. Next question is, any further news to share on the follow-ups from Token 2049 meetings? Not just yet. We've talked about some of the contacts that we've been making, and we've had a lot of calls and things about those contacts. And I've got another call tomorrow, 5 p.m. my time, all to do with this as well. So, like I say, when there is something more advanced for us to talk about, and it's getting there, then we are going to be sending out a press release about our new partners, but we want to be in a position where we are a little bit further along. We've got contracts on the table right now that are about to be signed, so let's just leave it at that.
Would it be fair to say that because of what they see in Raptoreum, they had to go through a lot more? And there's a lot more for them to digest, a lot more for them to the possibilities?
I think there is, depending on which partners we're talking about here, but I will focus on one. There's a lot of moving parts in regards to how these partners work with you. One of them is they have to actually understand what you are as a project, and what is the benefit to the blockchain space. And there's been a lot of research, I mean both sides, not just from our side but their side as well, into Raptoreum, and why it matters, and why we are excited about it, and why they should be excited about it, and things like that. So that is a big part of it. Another part of it is you know, there's a lot of time that certain partners would like to give us as a project, to advise us on the way we should be moving forward and things like that. And that has to be, how can I put it, that has to be weighed up in an agreement. And that is something that is taking, well, has taken time to get to. And there's also part of it where how much resources will be used in facilitating a partnership from both sides. So this is something else as well. So but as I've said, I've got a major call tomorrow at 5 o'clock with one of our partners, and I'm hoping to get to a final stage of our talks, which have been going on now for months, so we can actually share something in a public manner about the future of the project, and how we are moving forward, and why it's cool, you know. So I can't actually talk about any more until anything is signed. But as I've said, contracts are on the table. Okay, next question is, why wasn't node staking part of the Talon wallet to begin with? Because Talon wallet's not the core wallet. Talon wallet doesn't aim to be the core wallet. Talon wallet aims to be a simple wallet to use. We didn't want node staking on Talon wallet or any of that. But what is in talks is an integration, an iNodes integration with the Talon wallet. We've spoken to Mike about this, and Mike's all for it. So it'd be nice to have that in the wallet for certain coins that Mike does support. And if the Talon wallet support those coins as well, then it would be easy to be able to you know, provide that service in that environment in the wallet. But yeah, by all means, we do not want to have you know, full RTM core wallet functions, because Talon wallet is there to be an easy wallet. I mean, there is an advanced switch on the wallet, which you can flick across and get different layers of addresses, and but that's about as far as we're going in terms of an advanced wallet. We want this wallet to be ultra quick and ultra easy to use right in your browser or on your mobile device, iOS, Android, whatever. And we want the everyday user to not have to worry or think about having to set up nodes and all this sort of stuff on their devices. This is why we're going for the more simple route, which is obviously a possible integration with iNodes further down the line when the wallet is released. So it gives people easier access to node deployment through that. Yes, you're going to have a fee involved in using iNodes, as iNodes does have a fee. But I think that fee is worth its weight in gold, because why do people use iNodes? And the answer is because of ease of use. So this is why it fits in with the Talon ecosystem. The RTM core wallet can do this. Why would you want to move your RTM to Talon if you can't stake the coins? Well, you can stake the coins, as I've just mentioned, with the integration with iNodes. What are the advantages? Instant RTM, instant swaps, instant DeFi gratification, faster than most of the chains out there, faster than any other wallet out there. That's why Talon Wallet matters. It's been built from the ground up. It hasn't copied any single any code at all. It's totally brand new code, coded by some of the best developers in the world that have built secure banking apps that people trust with their millions of pounds, dollars, euros, or whatever. They've built this sort of thing. So this is why Talon Wallet matters. It's a very secure wallet, and you have full custody of everything that happens in the wallet right in your browser. And not only that, Talon Wallet has the underlying glue to connect marketplaces and websites and other things like that directly to the Raptoreum chain, to then further the UTXO DeFi usability and use case. So this is a piece of the puzzle of the Raptoreum DeFi ecosystem that is something that you should be really excited about, and it's something that's going to really revolutionize the way that Raptoreum works from an end user standpoint and from an expected ease of use, because this is one of the big things that's holding the project back, is people don't want to sit there waiting for a wallet to sync, or they don't want to hold all their coins in wallets that they don't trust. I mean, some people have issues with Zelcore, some people have issues with having to update RTM core wallet all the time and things like that. People just don't want that. They cannot be bothered. So this is where we're meeting them from what they're familiar with already, in comparison to some of the top chains out there. And if anything, it's, in my opinion, obviously I'm biased, but in my opinion, I believe it's going to be one of the best wallets in the world. But I would say that, wouldn't I? I would say that. But it really is. Look at the video that we've provided when we use the wallet. Look how fast it is. Look how great it looks. There's been so much work in getting it to the stage where it is right now, and it's just fantastic to see. And as I mentioned on the Talon video, we do have an upcoming public trial, as I would say. There's going to be some people that I'm going to be picking from the Raptoreum community to use the Talon wallet themselves for the first time, and to give feedback on our developers to actually better it. And there's going to be some people from the Osmium community as well. Let's not forget, apart from me and Mancini, who've, we've used a lot of our own money to build Talon Wallet. It's also the case where the Osmium community have also are also part of the development, because the super blocks from the Osmium community over the last probably 6 months have also gone towards the funding of the development of Talon Wallet. So we must thank the Osmium community as well. They've played a huge part in it. But Talon Wallet is a separate project to Raptoreum, but it is built for Raptoreum DeFi. That this is what it's all about. And what else can I say, Hunter? It's just exciting, instant gratification, instant transactions, blistering fast,
and it's simple. Simple and fast goes a long way in this world. Yeah. There's majesty and simplicity.
We will be opening the Discord soon as well. The Discord is already made, so that's going to be open possibly when we do the first private, public/private testing of the wallet, and then people can come and get excited about it, and that we'll be sending updates through there as well. So yeah, something you should really be excited about. Okay, are there any plans to hold coin price charts to the Talon wallet like on Zelcore? I mean, we do have like price change metrics on there, a little bit like what MetaMask has, but we didn't really plan on having charts on the actual wallet. We wanted to keep the wallet simple. We're not aiming for the wallet to be like Coinbase, which is basically a wallet slash exchange. We wasn't aiming for that. We were aiming to compete or do even better than MetaMask, Phantom Wallet, and wallets designed like that. They don't have charts in their wallet, but they have swaps. So you'll be able to see, the value of what you're swapping into, and this and that, and it's just simple and effective gratification, and that's what we're aiming for. Okay. Okay, can we get a Raptoreum asset contribution address? This is a team or foundation asset address where assets can be sent for the team to distribute as prizes, airdrops, or future use. Assets would be donated from content creators, individuals that can create NFTs, coins, or art that are defined by a Raptoreum asset label. I mean, by all means, we can do. I assume that the person that's asked that question is Dakota Coin, who's been creating assets, because he asked something similar in DM yesterday, and I haven't replied yet. So I suppose this is the best way to get a reply, is send it on the AMA. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. It's probably going to be... It's probably going to be just be one of my wallets. That's the best way to do it, because there's no other people on the team who are going to sit there airdropping assets. I think that's sort of my job to do. So yeah, I'll provide you an address, assuming it is you, Dakota Coin, and you can send what assets you want to that, and I will airdrop them as and when the time comes. I think it'll be easier to do it when we are at a stage of assets on Stacy. So let's wait to see what Tree says after Thanksgiving. If you want an address in the meantime, I can send an address. Last question here is, hi, at what stage is the development of smart contracts? How much has the launch of assets brought the implementation of smart contracts closer? So development of smart contracts is very minimal. They have done some sort of theoretical working plans in it. Let's not forget our developers are already very fluent in Apache Spark. They know how this is working, so they already created models on how this would work and done testing previously in this. But as I've said before, they are focusing on transaction decoupling because this is needed to be released first in order for the smart contracts layer to actually work along on the top of it, because the chain works a lot differently with transaction decoupling. So when you are issuing smart contracts on that, we need it to be able to talk to the chain in the way that it is familiar with. We don't want to have to start rewriting smart contracts once again if that was to be coming out before transaction decoupling. So yeah, it is at very early stages. Let's just get the release of transaction decoupling out first, which is the scaling solution, and then we can look at smart contracts.
There are a few more questions in that.
Yeah. I'm getting to those. So how much has the launch of assets brought implementation of smart contracts closer? Well, yeah, it's one stage closer. That's how much. Are there competitors at this stage of development who have implemented something similar? Well, you had Ravencoin who've got a similar sort of assets, but they've only got single layer assets. We've got dual layer assets. So I don't think. I think that's the closest competitor. They haven't even coded smart contracts. I think Hedera Hashgraph was doing some sort of contracting in Java. From when I was at the conference, I'm sure I saw that. But generally across the board, this is a brand new thing, and people have not done it in the multi-language environment that we're planning to do it in. So there are not really competitors who've achieved what we are currently working on to build. I will introduce smart contracts. What is he saying he will?
I don't want to say knock yourself out, Bub, but I think you're wasting your time. Because it's sort of an involved process that you need to know what's going on with transaction decoupling. I don't know, just my opinion.
Next one is, at what stage is the development of smart contracts within the blockchain environment as a whole? So it's very early stage. We have spoken to a team who we've worked closely with previously about working with us on building smart contracts in Apache Spark. So they're all game for it. Tree's obviously built early models of smart contracting, and he knows how it's all going to work. Obviously I'm not a developer, so I can connect people together, and I can understand the general gist of what needs to happen from a zoomed out project standpoint. But for me to talk about the development aspect of smart contracts, I can't answer. That's something that the lead developer can answer on. So I don't know exactly what stage they're on, but I know that they've started some sort of early development on creating the sort of structure on where they will live on the chain. But yes, let's just get this transaction decoupling out first, and then we can look at where we are with contracting. One thing to note is this doesn't actually prevent marketplaces or dexes from actually happening. Casper doesn't have smart contracts on the network, and they have a similar sort of asset system in the regards to that they don't have smart contracts. So people have been building dexes on Casper, and it's working and they have liquidity pools and things like that working on there. I know that there's a couple of projects that I've been researching over the last couple of weeks now where they've managed to achieve that. So if it can be achieved on Casper, then it's absolutely achievable on Raptoreum. Now, I will reiterate that a smart contract is literally just an automation. It means that something can happen from an input and an output automatically based on rules that are programmed into a smart contract. Now, the difference between a smart contract and literally lines of code on a server is the server is a centralized way to get an automation done, and this is what Casper has done in order to get their DEX working with KRC20 tokens, and this is something that is entirely possible on Raptoreum as well for smart contracts. For automation, sorry. And this is why people are currently building marketplaces and DEXs on Raptoreum because they are going to be having a server-based automation to facilitate the swaps and to facilitate the payment back to whoever deploys the tokens and this and that. Until smart contracts arrives, and when smart contracts arrives, all that will do is it will take over the automation that's currently on the server that the DEX or the marketplace is deployed on. That's just the only difference. Okay, so that is 22 questions that we've just gone through. So let's have a look on the YouTube channel. To see if anyone has asked us any more questions.
Alucard has a question on the stream party chat, but it's not quite making sense to me. What's the current stage on RTM, and what's next? Well, assets we just did. Now it's transaction decoupling.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? So please refine if
assets, transaction decoupling, assets on Stacy, Talon Wallet, smart contracts, everything in between, marketplaces, DEXs, partnerships, liquidity, exchanges, and new ways for people to build on chain. Okay. All right, so I'm on the YouTube. Dan Bulmer says, looks like I'm getting nothing done today. First Rabbit stream, then Goats, now this one. Rabbit actually mentioned Talon Wallet. I was quite happy about that. Yeah, he mentioned
Alucard says, but in terms of code.
In terms of code?
In terms of code, yeah.
I mean,
RTM, Raptoreum blockchain code.
Yeah, I know what he means, but
yeah.
I mean, in terms of code, I don't know the exact lines that they're on or anything like that. I just know that they're working on what they're building. So they have development meetings every single week, and you know, I'm not in those meetings. I'm not a developer, but it does happen. I see it, and if you want to ask where they are in code, then we can ask Tree and ask him to see where he's at. But I just zoom out. I'm just waiting for transaction decoupling. That's me zooming out. And assets on Stacy, of course. Okay. RQ has actually been gifting memberships to people. Actually, awesome stuff. Big thanks to RQ for that. He gifted one to Brookie653. He also gifted a membership to Toy, which is really nice. And he also gifted a membership to DomG. And also Alexander Fleener. Thank you very much, RQ. That's brilliant. Okay.
When tree on AMAs. Value card.
Yeah, I'll get to the stream party chat shortly. He also gifted one to Dumatias and Bonk. He's dishing out those memberships, isn't he? It's me. All right, what's happening with Big Piggy and Charlie? Big Piggy has had a bit of a bad luck or a bad run. He had to have an operation, and then the operation went bad, and he had to have a corrective operation, and now he's currently resting, but he is a bit more higher spirited than he was. So he's currently resting. I would like to get David back on the streams and things like that. So yeah, Charlie's currently busy during the times of the stream. He's earning himself some money, but Charlie is here the other times when the stream's not on. Doing the general back end server stuff that he does regularly. Charlie's still with us, but yeah, during the times of the stream, Charlie's cutting up wood and things like that, because that's what he does day to day at the moment for the winter. So he's selling firewood for people in his community. Everyone needs to earn a bit of money, so that's what Charlie's doing at the moment, which is fair enough. Okay. Mining of the North has received a membership from RQ as well. AAM. Oh, he's doing it to all of them.
Who's doing it?
RQ. He's giving you one as well.
Oh.
On the
Wow,
YouTube.
thank you. Wow. I'm not on the YouTube. It'll get real confusing in my ears.
Yeah, that's epic. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you very much, RQ. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope these people continue their memberships. All right, okay. So stream party chat now. I'm going to go through what's said on here. I'm just going to start at the bottom. That's right, Footwiser. Charlie is working on the general back end. Yeah. Pepe is saying, what does partnership mean exactly? For me, it's not a clear concept. Well, I mean, it's not a clear concept because I haven't given you the full picture, and different partnerships mean different things to different people. So you will get a clear concept of it when I potentially sign the contract. But until then, you're not going to have a clear concept of it. But there's different types of partnership in blockchain. You could have a partnership with an exchange, and basically that means that you just listed there. And then you could have a partnership with a marketing team, and that means that they're doing marketing with you or for you. You could have a partnership with a game. That means your currency is in the game, or you could have a partnership with well, a wallet. All that means is you're in the wallet. That's why all these different cryptocurrencies, they have all these partners at the bottom of their website, but all it is just something simple like that. But there are other partnerships which are a lot more in depth in terms of business and are actually real partnerships. Cryptocurrency has whittled down the word partnership to a point where all you need to do is shake hands and suddenly you're a partner, which is a bit stupid, really. I'd rather keep partnerships to a bit more substantial than that. So when I'm talking about a partnership in the regard of the previous hour and a half where me and Hunter have been here, it's a lot more in depth and a lot more meaningful than any of the small types of partnerships that other blockchains like to shout about. When Tree on AMAs? Well, this is a good question actually, Alucard. Tree was actually doing the development streams with me, and this was on Friday, and I want to continue doing these development streams with Tree and Bertrand, but Bertrand is currently busy releasing the Arterra chain. Tree is currently, doing code on for assets on Stacy and transaction decoupling with the rest of the team as well. So it'd be cool if we could see what he was doing on transaction decoupling. So I would agree with you there, and I'm going to ask Tree this: when Tree on AMAs? That's a good question. Okay, I've answered that on Alucard. Is there anything else on the stream party chat that you noticed?
Yeah, but I'll gloss right over that.
Were you on about the cleavage thing or what?
Yeah. I hope Hunter's wife is watching our stream party chat. He's really trending at the moment. Oh yeah, I'll never hear the end of that. No, I didn't see anything else on there.
Homer's saying, I hope Hunter's wife is watching our stream party chat. He's really trending at the moment.
Yeah. Sadly.
All right. Okay.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Guys, thank you very much for your questions. I hope we answered them in as much depth as you would have liked. As always, it's a pleasure to be here doing streams for you all. I do enjoy it. I also enjoy it more when Hunter's here. I
enjoy it too. We have fun. We have fun during the Raptor change, as you will see on New Year's Eve.
All right, so that's when they're released and the bloopers. Yeah, I have been wondering. I've been a little bit worried about some of them because I can't remember how some of them prevailed and how we got to the stage where it is considered a blooper. So it'll be interesting to see that reel. But yeah, so to be quite honest with you guys, sometimes he does things that you don't see, right? And I just can't help myself. I'm almost crying. The things he does. He's all prim and proper on these streams and these videos usually because he edits it all out. But you want to see this guy.
Thankfully I'm the editor.
We'll
fix it in post. Takes on a new meaning, boy. I'll tell you, it's fun though. It really is.
He might be older than me, but he doesn't get sensible with age. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm declining in that regard. I think I'm reverting to my teenage years, especially around this lot.
Hey, it's good fun though.
That's okay.
It's good.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is good fun, and we're I think on all in all, that's part of what makes this community just so enjoyable. So I wouldn't be around. Oh, and by the way, I did want to, regarding David, I had a couple of voice messages back and forth this morning about the next blog post and the current one, and he sounds great. I mean, he sounds better than the last time I heard him. So, for what it's worth, get well soon.
Homer says, "Getting old is inevitable. Growing up is optional." Yeah, that sums that up, doesn't it? All right, guys.
Yeah, hence the Raptoreum.
Have you actually got something in there that's
No, it's water now, man.
Oh,
I'm
is it?
not,
All right,
a Raptoreum, it might be New Year's Eve.
all right.
So I might need it for the blooper reel.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning into this month's AMA. We will not be back next week, but we will be back the week after because I want to have a night out with my friends. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, so we will be back the week after. CryptoSmith, if you are watching, extra week. I'm sure you can survive, can't you, brother? Unless you want to do a stream yourself. Don't forget to click like on this stream if you enjoyed the AMA. If you didn't enjoy it, then don't. Please give us a comment if you think there's anything we can improve upon. Stick it in the comments section below. Probably best to do it once the AMA is done and dusted, because the AMA creates a separate new video that goes into the videos section, and all comments that are added in the live scenario don't appear at the bottom. So yeah, put a comment at the bottom if you are viewing this video that isn't live and you have some suggestions for us. If you are in the stream party chat, I haven't forgot about you. You will get some rain very shortly. If you're wondering what rain is Raptoreum coins that are sent into the chat using the Stacy wallet bot that was created by Tree Nguyen from Raptoreum Core, which is epic, by the way. So join the Discord. Links at the top right of the stream. Go to the stream party chat, and there will be some rain there. Fudweiser says there's a storm brewing. I mean, depends what you consider a storm to be. I haven't got that much Raptoreum in the Stacy wallet because I gave it you all the other day. But anyway, yeah, please follow us on X. That's at Raptoreum. We're also on Threads, at Instagram, and also on we're on TikTok as well. That's at official Raptoreum. Please give this stream a like and a little subscribe, and click the little bell to be kept up to date with any more Raptor chain reaction videos, any more AMAs, any more Raptoreum guides, any more weekly updates, any more CryptoSmith videos. Bearing in mind the new CryptoSmith videos are going to be separate videos now. We're not actually going to put them on the weekly update. So the weekly update is going to be the weekly update. Then we're going to have the CryptoSmith videos separately, just to keep things a bit organized, because I know that there's people that just tune in for the CryptoSmith stream, and I know that there's people that just tune in for the weekly updates. So to make things a bit better, we are separating them, and this will put more focus on each of those segments and help the channel a bit better. I just want to say again a big thank you to RQ for doing gifting all those memberships today. That was absolutely epic. Thanks so much, brother. As always, you've really supported the project a lot, and again today you've just shown you're really integral part of the community and also the Raptoreum team. I know you do a lot of stuff for the project as well, so thanks again, RQ. Absolutely epic. And all of these memberships go towards helping me and Hunter do what we want to do in terms of a small bit of marketing here and there. We do have plans for what we've already generated from the channel. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something that we can use and to help the project progress forward and get new users into the project in ways that we probably normally wouldn't have tried out unless we had Hunter on the team. So
that we've already identified one area that will be a good place to slide in. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for your memberships, and if you you did get a membership, I'm not going to beg. Actually, I'm not going to beg. It'd be great if you could continue that membership after the month is expired. Hunter's begging. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you all again. Any final words, Hunter?
No, it's been a pleasure. It really has. Good questions too.
Good questions.
Good questions.
Today, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And RTM to the moon, not financial advice, to your research.
Research. And there you are. There you go.
Catch you later, guys.
See you.